I think I probably told you guys, right? But I played Invincible Versus, and I haven't given you guys like my full thoughts on this because to give you guys a peek behind the curtain, when I played this game, they said like we're gonna do a reveal, and then after we reveal, you can talk about the game on Wednesday, June 10th, which as you guys may look at the calendar, Tuesday was the 10th, and today's Wednesday the 11th, and I was mixed. I saw everybody's like previews went up yesterday, so I was like, okay, it was actually yesterday, but I just played it safe, which is fine. This game is a versus game that's 3v3. It has active tag, no motion inputs, a lot of system mechanics. It's like pretty mechanically dense. There's multiple combo breaking options. There's like multiple ways to spend like your EX gauge and other stuff. There's a lot happening on the screen. I think it's a fun idea and concept, but I have some concerns about the current way the system is. This is the footage. You guys have probably seen this. Everybody has the same footage, right? So you've probably seen that like the footage that exists from everybody kind of looks, we're all using the same B-roll footage, you know? So you've seen this if you've seen other people, but I want to talk about it a little bit. One thing about this game, you can active tag into the other assist characters you have at any time to combo off anything. Supers, throws, normals, air combos, anything. Wake up Invincible Super, you can active tag into another character and you're plus on block. There's like an armored alpha counter move that you can do in the game. You can active tag that on block. This game is belligerent in that sense, as you probably would expect. I think that that is like, yeah, and this is the first breaker in the game. It costs resources, it costs assist timing. This one is a little bit more specific. The other breaker in the game is like when someone hits you and does an active tag, then you can break the active tag with your character. Does that make sense? So like when their active tag comes in like that, you see this? He's doing a super, he wants to active tag in to the lady. This is a combo meter. This combo meter determines how long your combo can be in the game. When that's full, the combo meter blows out and you can't do any more like hits after, except there are some moves like EX moves and supers where like even if it's at max, you can like tag them on at the end. If you want to get more time to combo, you have to active tag. And by active tagging in, you open up the counter breaker from the other person. When you active tag in, you can actually bait this breaker and then kill this character for it. Kind of like TACs in Marvel 3 and then TAC baits. So basically, this is the Killer Instinct combo breaker mechanic in the game. So it's like a little mini game that you're playing around the combo meter. It also could be that you think, oh, they're gonna try to break my combo. So when I active tag in, I'm gonna not do anything and then like try to play around them breaking it, and then they just don't break it, and then you like get less combo. It's got a lot of KI DNA in it, which I think is pretty cool. One thing that this means though is the way the combos are. Because of like this active tag thing, combos in this game are pretty short for most characters. Like when you hit someone with like LMH on the ground, and then after you do LMH, you like go to do an air combo, you basically build up your meter like instantly. Basically the combo gauge in this game fills up really, really fast, which kind of forces you, like look at this. This is 4 hits. It's like 60% of the gauge because it starts off a special move. Special moves when you do them can be chained in normals like KI openers. So this is like light, medium, launcher, like, and then your combo after 2 air normals is like already almost blown out. So you have to use EX moves, which don't add more to the breaker, right? And then that's how you get the kill. The way this game will work to me is like one of 2 ways. One, people will be afraid to extend the combos with the active tag because they don't want to play the mini game. So what they're going to do is come up with short combos that give you good Oki so that you can just like not engage with the active tag at all. This is how Killer Instinct is a lot of times, right? In KI, you hit someone, you do a 1 chance combo, like really short, 10% combo into Oki, into get a hit, into 1 chance combo, into 10% into Oki. And people do that because rather than engage with the combo system, they would rather take short combos that give them guaranteed damage and then mix. The other thing is people will come up with a way to like be burst safe, basically. Like if you can active tag and then like do jabs or something and like be safe or some other thing, people will probably try to play around this breaker system a little bit because I don't think they want to engage with it necessarily, you know? Remember when I mentioned throws earlier? You can combo off throws by active tagging. One thing I want to mention, you see how he turns golden and then dashes in? This is like, this game has EX moves and EX movement. These EX movement options cost the gauge at the top, you can see there. They give you like enhanced dashes, air, ground, down forward, air dash, up forward, like tri jumps. Like you have EX movement. And damage is pretty high when you hit someone, so. Air drive rush, dude, they added it, they knew it. They're like, you know what Street Fighter's missing? Air drive rush. It makes you very mobile and able to catch things, which I think is like pretty important because like otherwise sometimes it would be like really, you know, it's really hard to chase things. And this game also has a dash macro. So for a movement like that, you can dash macro and then use that to move. That's like another way to do it. And then if you dash macro plus the EX button, you get like the thing. My concerns about the game to me after playing it, I think the game is like really fun. I like active tagging a lot. I like moving around the screen a lot. My fear is that the combos, I'm afraid, are like really short. They really want people to engage with the assist stuff and like the breaker stuff. But what it means is like the actual ABC combos that characters do, LMH, feel really short right now. I'm curious like how this evolves, like whether the combo gauge loosens up and you have more combo time in the gauge itself, or like they just want you to engage with like the tagging, and the tagging gives you like way more, like it completely resets your bar almost, because there's a line between like the combos being short but then you get to engage with the cool active tag situation, or the combos being short and like it just doesn't feel good, right? So there's like a balance to strike there. It's a pretty like different combo meter than most versus games have. Usually versus games have like hit stun or gravity scaling or whatever. Untech time just goes down and down and down and down, or like they have some infinite prevention system like Skullgirls or whatever it is. So this game has just a bar, like a meter. It also means that the meter itself can always be tuned. You could always just loosen the meter or tighten the meter and like make certain moves give like more combo gauge or less combo gauge, right? And you can always just change, like it's a sliding scale of like what you can adjust to basically make it so that certain moves that do too much damage that are loopable in a combo you can get rid of, or certain moves that like cause way too much of the combo meter to fill up in the beginning, fill up less, or like whatever, right? Like there's lots of ways to adjust that. But yeah, my thought is it's not like you can do it with other versus games where the combos are like LMH, call an assist, like do a special move, launch them, like re-jump, do a OTG, whatever, right? Like it seems like the combos are like really short unless you want to active tag into your other character. The only way to extend them, or the primary way to extend them, is playing a mind game around breaker. There's not a lot of cool combo expression of like, oh, I'm gonna do like some cool air combo that looks like this and then does this, and then afterwards I can like spike you and then tag in my character and they can do something cool. Most of the combos that I mess with are short and also bland. Not like short, but like you do some sick extension that looks neat. Most of the time it's like I do LMH, I tag into a new character. I do MH special, I tag into a new character. I do MH special super. That's another thing. If you're down characters, you can't break the active tag anymore because you don't have the assist breaker. If you have like one character left, they can just like hit you with whatever and then tag into the next character and then tag into the next character, and the only breaker you have is like the default breaker or whatever. So that's another aspect of the game that's important. Every versus game starts with everybody doing like light, medium, heavy launcher, light, medium, heavy spike, but eventually it leads to like some really cool combos and extensions. I hope that those kinds of cool combos and extensions are in there, but my fear is that there's not. You gotta let me fly. This game is violent. It's based off of like a popular comic IP where people are like killing each other and ripping each other in half, and like it's very violent and they're flying around the screen. Let me soar. I thought the system was like pretty fun and different than basically all the other versus games I tried, but it felt a little limited from my first experience. I found myself being like, there's got to be something else, like something cool I can do, you know. And I felt myself scraping against the edge of the combo meter too often, where I was just like, oh, I got a sick confirm, and the combo blew out. Oh, I got 3 hits and that's the end of the combo. Like that just kept happening to me over and over. Look at this. So Mark gets slide,
work to do,
special move,
but I can't wait.
Medium, heavy,
to kick and
ender. Look at how much of a combo meter that was. I mean, in a DBFZ, you would do 2M, 5M, jump cancel, MLL, 2H, super dash, MLL, 2H, jump cancel, LLL, spike, right? Like that's the basic combo. This is like 7 hits less than that. This ender's kind of cool. It's like slide, special,
I can't wait to kick and
spike them, use the EX dash to go to the ground, and then lariat for the combo ender. But that is the end. The combos are too short even without the breaker system involved. But then with the breaker system involved, like I have to play a 50-50 around whether you're going to break or not every time I do it. And even if you don't break it, like once I tag in a new character, I'm just going to do like medium, heavy, special. And then that's the end of the combo. Like I don't gain that much more. That's what I told them when I played it as well. I was like, I want to do more. That being said, I think the combo system is a cool idea. It probably just needs some adjustments. I enjoyed my time messing with it, and I think that the game feels really good to move around in and do stuff in. The only problem I had really was combos. I don't think there's like a comeback mechanic like Spark or something in the game. I don't remember. Although it's funny because Spark wasn't even really a comeback mechanic a lot of times. Spark was like a save your first character mechanic. And that's part of the problem with Spark in Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball ended up being a lot of like whoever gets the first hit knocks the first person down, and the first person sparks, and then they get offense on the second person and they knock the other person down, and then that person pops Spark to save their first character, and then like now we're like both sparkless and we got our whole team still. And then they added limit break anyway. So then it became like, all right, well, thinking about these 4 games, right? These are the 4 versus games coming out. We're in the tag slop, the active tag slop era. BB tag kind of sort of was like a trailblazer in that sense. The thing I wanted to cover on this is that basically like having active tag or not dramatically changes the combat system of the game. It just warps how every interaction around assists in the game is. The second a character comes on the screen in a game with active tag, the neutral changes. Let's say Ari moved and she was like here, you want to chase Echo, but then at any point you can tag into this character, right? You just hit a button and you instantly become this character. I'm gonna active tag into the bottom Sajam right now, just tag. So like right here, when I tag into Jinx, because I leave Echo behind here, even though I'm Jinx, Yasuo can't just play the game and be like, oh, let me go get Jinx. Echo at any point can just become a real boy, right? And then I just cross him up from full screen. You see that? Active tag just changes the neutral because every time an assist is on screen, you have way less agency kind of because you have to worry about the threat of the other character becoming a real character at any point. So when someone calls an assist, like even if it's like a bad assist or like they put themselves in a bad spot, it's like a landmine on the screen at any point that could become active and just blow you up. And I'm not saying this is a good or bad thing, but I'm describing what active tag does to every assist interaction on the screen in the game. When you call an assist in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, as an example, both of them call an assist at round start, right? So Dr. Doom assist, and then there's a Morgan assist that get called. You see how Magneto's shooting a beam? Under him is Morgan doing an assist. If this game had active tag, Magneto could turn into Morgan down here and jump scare you and start attacking your point character that's under Magneto. But because there's no active tag, Magneto up there is alone. So because he's by himself, you know that he's gonna fall down, and then you see you're trying to hit him down there. The fact that there's no active tag means that you don't have to worry about it. Same thing here, right? Like look at this example. See, Doom comes out and he throws missiles, and then Magneto comes over here. If this game had active tag, you could turn into Dr. Doom on the left side of the screen here, but you just have to pay attention to the point character because there's no active tag. The assist is already out. You just worry about Magneto. You don't have to worry about the assist. So this is the difference. And yeah, one thing you also may notice is that assists go off screen in this game, and Dr. Doom is all the way off on the side of the screen over there. In games with active tag, the assist can't go off the screen. If you're able to turn into that character at any time, then the assist needs to stay on the screen so that you can see him. So because you don't need to active tag, you can let that assist character go off the screen. Dr. Doom did missiles, and these missiles are gonna fall out of the air right in a second here. There they are. And like, it just happens, and he can be off the screen, and it doesn't matter because you can't turn into him. But it just changes how every interaction is. All 4 of these games have active tag. It creates a couple of limitations in that sense, right? The camera limitation, and then also the way you play neutral around assists as well changes like a lot. The thing about active tag that's really fun is it lets you basically do whatever you want and like convert off of every hit. It just gives you the freedom to be like, I'm gonna do a thing and then tag into this other character and cover a situation that if I didn't have active tag, I couldn't do, right? It just gives you some freedom and flexibility, and it makes the gameplay really active for the person doing it. The person who's not doing it has to respect both characters at the same time, which is really scary and like annoying for them perhaps. Reaping and sowing. The character doing it is like, oh, I kind of want MVCI tagged to see more exploration. The problem with MVCI though is the tag is really dumb. It is a hitbox and it's too fast. They just run in instantly as a giant invisible wall and just like fucking hit you no matter where you are. It's got a huge hitbox. It's very obnoxious to deal with. This is what it looks like. Tag, you just run in. You just pull up and you have a hitbox when you run in. You see this? And same thing here. This is a mix-up. Hawkeye jumps and then just calls in assist and then it just hits. This is the most barbaric version of active tag. This one having a hitbox is first of all insane work, but also it helps make all of the conversions from active tag way easier. The fact that at super jump height, like Hawkeye super jumps out and then just instantly you get hit in the face by Nova instantaneously is what makes it such a big threat. Like in this game, you can just do unsafe shit or supers or whatever and then just active switch instantly. It doesn't even have active tag really, if you think about it. It kind of just has an assist. In MVCI, it's basically like everybody has the same assist. And The way that game's tag work and assist worked, I thought was bad. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's like the least interesting version of active tag because it's literally, yeah, it's just your character becomes Usain Bolt with the Juggernaut hitbox. If you're gonna do active tag, these games do it in a way that makes more sense. They very clearly want there to be slowdown on tag and like give you time to react to it and see it and understand what's happening. They were thoughtful. In other games, your assist and you work in tandem to like find weird stray hits and stuff, but there's some things you just can't convert off of if you're not in the right place or right time or whatever. In games with active switching, it's so much easier to convert off every random stray hit from out of nowhere. And that's what makes them fun and like feel cool because you just get random confirms and cool hits and you're just like, oh, like it just makes you hype, right? Getting random weird stray hits and then just tagging and then like making up some cool shit on the fly and being like, that was the coolest thing I've ever done. There's a reason, I mean, it's a meme, but there's a reason why people said MVCI was open world. That kind of a tag mechanic just allows you to do cool shit. Now, that being said, I do kind of wish that not all four of them had it. In fact, these two games share so much DNA that I'm just like, there's not that big of a difference almost in their combat systems at a surface level. 3v3 games with one button special moves with active switch and like a pretty recognizable IP from a comic book / manga. Like, you know what I mean? Like they share so much DNA because of how they work probably, right? And originally this game was gonna not have active tag. It was actually just gonna have assists that come out, do their thing and then leave. So that's like pretty interesting that this game changed to be more like all of the other games coming out in the space at the same time. MVCI died so it could shape the future it made. To be honest though, did it? I think it's kind of the opposite. They copied BB Tag. The iteration didn't really change that much from there. It was like, this is what we're doing. This is what's happening. This shit is just life now, you know? BB Tag is like the most fucked up versus game, I think. This shit starts and you just get beamed from full screen into tag into mix. Like you don't even play the game. People meme about BB Tag being a baby game, but unironically, that game has better mix than like basically anything. That shit is violent. But yeah. I'm mad hyped. These games look fun. The KI system like combo meter they're describing here is pretty unique. I'm pretty interested to see how that works in a versus game. How people like tangle with it and like how fun it is to mess with and like how it limits or opens up combo systems and like the way you can play the game. I'm like pretty curious about it. Tag Fighter, good graphics, good gameplay, good balance. Pick 2. Okay, balance in a versus, like what are you saying here? Like come on, I'm not looking for that. All I care about is how it looks and if the gameplay is fun. So like balance, the fuck?